Hi everyone, the Lone Wolf here. Welcome back to some EVE Online. And today's video is all about a drive-by magnate. But the video starts off pretty normally. We basically do our regular wormhole maintenance. In this case we had a gas site, a wormhole, and then this sleeper relic site with a derelict Talokan frigate or shuttle. So that was actually pretty good. We got some really good money out of that. The one big difference was we have core scanner probes on D-scan. We knew they were there, but we feel pretty established in the wormhole at the moment, and so we're not that afraid of doing a site quickly with a battleship. And then my brother's Harbinger, this tends to go very quickly and efficiently, and if we get into a fight, why the hell not? My Dominix is currently fit for both neuting and supporting someone else in the fleet, and I can tackle with a short point and a web. I also have a micro up drive, so I should be able to catch even something like a Tech 3 cruiser or a battle cruiser. And if they have a micro up drive as well, but I can catch them, then they won't get away from me anymore. Then with 3 heavy newts, they're gonna have a pretty hard time doing anything effective with their cap. And then of course it's all about the drones, which I think in PvP situations it's usually the ogres that are really the answer for the Dominix here. On the site, you know, it's just the regular stuff. My brother's Harbinger is pretty damn good on the frigates, and I try to snipe stuff away from far. So I no longer actively fly the Abaddon that much. I mean, I use it from time to time, but the cap problems, I just feel much more secure and at home in a Dominix, because I can do all of this damage. I have all of this versatility, but as you can see right there, my cap is still at 100%, and I just feel more ready to tackle any situations that come unexpectedly. So here again you can see the sniping of these escorts going pretty damn well. The one difference is that I'm currently using curators and not guards. I actually feel that I should switch back to guards, because some of the medium drones tend to orbit at like 15 and 16 kilometers, and the curators just have too long an optimal for that. I tend to miss them way too much, and then I need to switch over to the ogres, but 16 kilometers, it's some travel time for them as well, so it's a little bit of a waste of efficiency. I actually think that guard 2s with full skill are where it's at. But if you're with Tech 1 drones, the Tech 1 curators have a lower optimal range, then that could still be okay. But these Tech 2s, they just have too long a range for some of these cruisers. So I do really think that I'm gonna switch back to them. But yeah, over here, this is what we try to do almost every single evening that we play EVE Online. We check out what's available in the wormhole, we try to do the site, try to get the money done, and then we keep an eye out for some PvP opportunities, or we go outside of the wormhole and do other stuff. Katsu is actually going into Losik quite a bit at the moment and stuff like that. One mistake that we actually make here is that my brother tends to pull away from me a little bit too much, and so now that he's the focus of those 4 cruisers, it's pretty good on the Watchmen, who stay at 48 kilometers, which is very good for the curators. Normally it's those Watchmen that will orbit at like 15 and become a problem, but you can also see one of those awakened escorts pulling away rapidly, and he is going to get to 57 kilometers right now, and that is just outside of range for my curators at the moment. I cannot fire them that far, and so yeah, that's a tactical error. My brother should have set his orbit a little bit closer to me, so that these escorts don't coast out of range. In the meantime, we just keep an eye on this scan. He's been using core scanner probe once for quite a while, and so our expectation was actually this is probably gonna be a newer player trying to find this relic site, because, well, a wormhole relic site, a sleeper relic site, is not that easy to probe down if you don't have all the necessary skills. And here I decide, well, I'll just start salvaging, because I can't fire on that awakened escort for now, and my brother actually pulls him back towards me, so I will switch back, I think, after just a few wrecks. But it's an unusual situation where we're just doing our cleanup with core scanner probes on the D-scan right there. But well, considering how long they've been out there, considering we have been visible as well, we should have been on D-scan for the target possibly, depends on his exact location as well. If a trap would have been sprung, it would have happened by now, and so we're not really worried. We're just gonna finish the site here, and they are almost in range, so I get my curators out at the ready, and oh, here we go. It's the probes are gone on this D-scan pass, so there's probably something gonna happen. And here he is, the magnate, the drive-by magnate, ends up on D-scan. So yeah, I'm just, well, we'll see what we can do. I mean, a magnate's not gonna do much, but it's pretty obvious that it's an inexperienced player. Normally you don't go to a sleeper relic site in something like a magnate. You'll just be blown up. And there he comes. It's what was his name? Tickle Tits McLasercock in his magnate, who comes by. I tried to target him right away, but I guess he got a good scare because he warped right back to the high-sec wormhole, giving us the opportunity to finish the site in peace. But it was pretty funny to see a very new player. I do think he was a very new player, if I'm not mistaken. Try his hand at this relic site and then realize right on his warping, oh my god, I really shouldn't be here, and then get back out before I could target him and pose any real threats. Anyway, after that, it's just salvaging. We got some good loot from the derelict Talokan. And just to finish off, here is Tickletits McLasercock, who was playing since December. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.